So you want to cut the coffee creamer like this because you know that this stuff isn't good for you. It's full of corn syrup and sugar and spikes your insulin levels first thing in the morning, which is really not good. Like your first intake of the day, you don't want to spike your first intake of the day sets your insulin for the rest of the day, your metabolism, your insulin. So if you're like me, you might find yourself having been hooked on this stuff or being hooked on this kind of stuff, this or other brands, and you want to pull away from that, but you like that creamy flavor in your mouth and you like that first thing in the morning. So I have a hack for you. What I started to doing, this is a recent discovery, is I started mixing 2 different protein shakes together along with some instant coffee, and it tastes like dessert, but it is not incredibly high in sugar. It only has 7 grams of sugar total, and it has 25 grams of protein, complete protein, mind you, but not even that. Like, it also has antioxidants in it, and only, let's see, 2 grams of fat, and let's see how many carbs. If I'm doing the math, I'm gonna say 16 and a half carbs total. So that's pretty darn good. So this is how I have been starting as of today, at the time of this recording, which is not when it'll be posted. It'll be posted later, but this is how I'm starting my days. I am kicking the coffee creamer to the curb, and I am moving on to this yummy coffee, protein coffee. Okay, so what I'm using is this product called Spiritine. I currently have the chocolate flavor. And if you want to try this, you can go to, I know at least Natural Grocers has like samples of both of these. So I'm using this one, and then I use a half a scoop of this one. Now, why do I do that? Well, I started to take this one and I noticed a difference in my smell. I noticed a difference. Like I don't love this because it has like protein isolates. I love this one. Let me back. I love this one because it's made from whole foods. It's not from isolates. It is whole foods that are dried and like pulverized and then turned into a powder. And it's sprouts. And sprouts are really, really healthy for you. Sprouts have, don't quote me exactly, but I know I'm very close when I say sprouted grains have astronomically high numbers of B vitamins in a bioavailable form, and I think the number is something like 1,200% more for some of those B vitamins. So sprouted is super, super power food, right? This is made from sprouted, it's got organic pea protein, sprouted brown rice protein, and I also would say, I would have to look it up and do the research. I'm just going off of memory, and I read this years ago, and I'm sure there's probably more research out to date, but sprouted brown rice protein has something in it called IP6, which has been shown in studies to be really good for cancer. Editing Jody here. Okay, so I did a little bit of research after I filmed the video, and here's what I found out. Studies show that germinated brown rice provides the following benefits. And the list goes on, but I'm just going to cap it here. So it increases the level of GABA. Germination increases the level of GABA in brown rice, and GABA is known for producing a calming effect and plays a major role in controlling nerve cell hyperactivity associated with anxiety, stress, and fear. So good for your nervous system. It also, brown rice has IP6, which is inositol hexaphosphate. It is a naturally occurring molecule found in brown rice, and this compound has demonstrated anti-cancer effects. Also, brown rice has selenium, which is a trace mineral, which is found abundantly in brown rice. And selenium functions to induce DNA repair and combine in damaged cells to promote the self-destruction of the cells in a body, to remove damaged cells and, damaged cells and worn out cells. Selenium also functions as a cofactor of glutathione. This is huge, because glutathione is said to be the mother of all antioxidants. This is something you don't want to be without, selenium. Selenium functions as cofactor of glutathione peroxidase, which is an enzyme used in the liver to detoxify lots of harmful stuff. Like, you want glutathione in your body. You don't want to be without it. I have been in a state where testing showed next to no glutathione in my system, and it was not a good place to be, I will tell you that. Brown rice also serves as a rich source of magnesium, and magnesium plays a role in over 300 enzyme processes in the body. So definitely something that you don't want to be without. And I will just tell you a fun fact. Back when I was sick, I did some research and I found a book that described a whole bunch of different illness processes, and in almost every single one of them there was listed magnesium deficiency. And so magnesium is something that we all, I think, want to get into our bodies. And then brown rice is also high in dietary fiber, which has been shown to protect against colorectal cancer and breast cancer. And I found that there was an animal study that rice bran from brown rice was shown to be beneficial against the development of polyps in the bowel. And due to its high content of fiber, brown rice has also a lower glycemic index compared to white rice. That's kind of a given. Anyhow, the list goes on and on. This information came from PubMed, which is a government website, National Center for Biotech Information. Anyhow, lots of good information on brown rice, and specifically sprouted brown rice. So just all the more reason of why this is a great product. Now, having said that, I will say legally that I am not a licensed medical practitioner, and that these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, and no information that I provide should be construed as medical advice. So always talk to your doctor if you have anything going on with you, but that's what I found in the science world. So if you go to the health food store and you look in the supplement section, you'll find supplements for IP6. And someone actually told me, somebody that it might be for other types of cancers too. I have prostate cancer in my mind because a friend of mine that I used to work with told me that his doctor told him about IP6. So IP6 is in sprouted brown rice protein, or sprouted brown rice. It comes from sprouted brown rice. Okay, so organic amaranth sprout, organic buckwheat sprout, organic millet sprout, organic adzuki bean sprout, organic flaxseed sprout, and on and on and on. So my point is, this is made from 44 superfoods. It's got ancient grains. It's got sprouted. It's a whole food supplement. So it's not like a protein isolate. It is from whole food sources, the way that our body was meant to eat. You know, I mean, it's dried out and pulverized, but you know what I'm saying. It's whole food source, and that's, to me, is fabulous. It also is easy to digest. It has probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes. So there's enzymes to help you digest. There's probiotics to replenish your gut flora. There are no added sugars, and in fact, this particular one has 0 sugar whatsoever. It's got 7 grams of fiber and 0 sugar. It is for whole foods. It's got 18 vitamins and minerals. It's got 20 grams of protein, and it's, it's certified organic. So this to me is an amazing product. Now, it's good for you, right? So it's not, I wouldn't say it's like the most horrible tasting. It's not the most fabulous tasting. This one tastes great. So what I do, but this one is from Protein Isolates. It's not as pure of a product as this, but it does contain spirulina, which is really, really good for you. And it also has high quality plant-based proteins, albeit some of them are isolates. So soy isolates. So it's got isolated soy protein and fermented soy, pea protein and rice protein. It's got fructose, which I don't feel like is fabulous. So listen, this is how I view things. It's all about choices, right? I could have this for breakfast, or I could have this for breakfast. This may not be the greatest top of the line, top of the top choice, but it is a better choice than this. It might not be as good of a choice as this, but it's a better choice than this. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about choices. And sometimes when we're making changes, it's easier to maybe shift from this to this, and then from this to this. You know what I'm saying? Because as we cut out crap from our diet, our taste buds change. So is this the top of the line? In my opinion, probably not for my body, and everybody is different. This would probably be the top of the line, but I have found that when I combine the two, it tastes amazing. So when I combine the two, the reason that I started to combine the two, because I was like, okay, I'm going to use this, and here's why. When I started to use this one, so I went to the health food store and I bought a whole bunch of different like packages, like try me packages from Natural Grocers. And when I took this specific brand, I felt like my sense of smell was heightened. And I used this brand for 2 days because I got a couple different flavors. And I could smell things that I couldn't smell before. Now, I do have a sense of smell, so it's not like my sense of smell was gone, but it was heightened. And also there were other things that were heightened, like my awareness, like my focus, right? And so I was like, I'm not exactly sure what is in this, but it is full of minerals. I do know that I know someone who had COVID. They lost their sense of smell. They started to supplement with minerals and their sense of smell came back. So that could be a thing, not sure. But I was like, I'm going to buy some of this because I think there's something in this that is doing that for me. Not 100% sure. Don't have any test data to back it up, but just an awareness of my own body. And even my fiance noticed. He was like, hey, like, what is up with you? Like, your sense of smell has changed because you're smelling things. Like, I'm mentioning things that I can smell, like the trash can. And he's like, you're smelling things you couldn't smell before. Like, what's going on? And so I told him, I think maybe it's this. So I bought this, but it only has 14 grams of protein. And my goal is to get a certain amount of protein per day, and this is not going to help it. It's not going to cut it. So I'm like, all right, well, I could have this and like half a scoop of this, and that would give me protein from whole food sources, and it's going to give me the probiotics, the prebiotics, the digestive enzymes, and this one also I believe has enzymes from bromelain and papaya. And so like the two of them together is not a bad thing. So if I use a half a scoop of this and a full scoop of this, I get 14 grams of protein plus 10 extra. So that gives me 24 grams of protein. That's pretty good. So I started to do that and I realized, these taste great together. So then I was like, why don't I cut this out and instead put my coffee in here? So I tried that. I took a teaspoon of this and I put it in with my protein shake, and oh my gosh, it is so good. So good. So I use soy milk, so that gives me another, 7 grams of protein, so that'd be 32. Now, technically, they say, as a general rule of thumb, the body can only digest 20 grams of protein at a time, but that depends. General rule of thumb, if you're working out, if you're, it just depends on a lot of things, but that's a general rule of thumb. But that's also all at one time. And I don't slam my protein shake down all at once, except when I added this, I kind of want to, because it's pretty fabulous. So if you are like me and you're ready to kick coffee creamer to the curb, but you still want your coffee, try it. Just try it. You might really like it. Now, I know that I have weird taste buds because I don't eat the standard American diet. So maybe it won't be as good to you as it is to me, but this stuff is literally like a dessert for me. This is not a paid advertisement. I don't get anything for this, but it's pretty fabulous, and it's a life hack that I wanted to share with you. Editing Jody again. Okay, I want to know, do you like the scientific information being included or not? Because if it doesn't matter to you, I won't waste my time. But if it does matter to you, then I will put forth the effort to bring that into the videos. But I'm also curious, does this sound like a recipe that you would try? And is it something that interests you? And if the answer is yes, what convinced you to tip that way? Is it the scientific information? Does that help? Because I find that when I see the science behind it, it motivates me to make positive change. So let me know in the comments. I'm just really curious. All right, I will see you next time. And until then, I am sending you lots and lots of love, and share with me your life hacks. Like, what's a life hack that you can share with the group and with me down in the comments below? Because sisterhood, like, let's help each other out.